This video is about project management and productivity. We will talk about the philosophy behind project management and how we can use this for any project or our online business. I will show you an example of online course creation process and we will be using Trello software. So if you are interested in any of these topics, please watch this video till the end and I am confident that you will get some value. And we are starting right after this short break. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tahir and if this is your first time, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video on this channel every Tuesday and Friday. Trello software is a very popular software for project management and the philosophy behind Trello is the concept of Kanban. Kanban is a visual workflow management system. It's a visual system number one, which you should note here. The second thing is that it's a workflow system. So it means that we are moving something from first stage of our workflow to the second stage of our workflow to the third and so on. So what we do here is we put certain tasks on cards and then we move those cards from first stage to the second stage of our process or the workflow and then from second to third. So how did this start? Well, few decades ago, before the invention of any inventory management tools which we have now, the managers of grocery stores, they used to put these cards on those shelves where they notice that inventory is going down. And then when they sit on their seats, they can see immediately that these items needs to be ordered and then they ordered those items. So this is considered as very efficient method. And later on, for car manufacturing company Toyota, one of their engineers, his name was Taiichi, he used these cards to improve the process of manufacturing for Toyota. And problem at that time was that most of the car manufacturer, not only Toyota, they used to manufacture a very large number of cars and then they used to park those cars in large warehouses where those cars were sitting for a very long period of time, until some car dealers order those cars and they sell and then they get the money back. So there was a gap between the manufacturing of the car and the cash they get. So this gap was huge and there was also cost of parking those cars in warehouses, etc. So Taiichi used these cards to improve the process and reduce the gap between the time of manufacturing and the time when they get the money back. So this was the initial application of this method and now this method is a proven method of workflow management and it's a visual method. And now if we look at Trello, which is a software which is also a visual software, a visual workflow software where you can manage your project by moving cards from one stage of the project to the next stage of the project. So what we do in Kanban is we make a board. And in a basic Kanban board, we have only three columns. The first column is the list of tasks which we have to do. The second column is the list of tasks which we are doing right now or in progress. And the third column is the list of tasks which we have completed or done. So to do, doing and done. So this is the Kanban board in its simplest form. But depending on your project, you can increase these columns. And I will show you two examples at the end of this video. Now, this system is very efficient. This has worked in the past and this is working and a lot of companies are using this system right now. In particular, the companies who are using contents as their strategy for growing. So content management is very easy to be done in this manner. And when I will talk about the course example at the end, you will see that a course creation is basically a content creation process and how anyone can use this visual workflow in this situation. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Now let's talk about a Kanban board. There are four important things you should understand about a Kanban board or a Trello board because essentially Trello is based on Kanban. So the first thing is that this board is a place where we have all the cards in one single location. So this is the purpose of this board. In the board we have cards, and those cards contain our tasks to do. The second important thing is that this board itself will not improve the process. The production process is a complex process. It looks very simple, and a project manager sometimes try to give the deadlines to their team members. Okay, this is the deadline. This is the deadline for this task. This is the deadline for that task. And now those project managers fall in two categories. One are those who learn these dates, who have learned that what time frame a certain task will take. So these project managers are very smart people. They understand that this task will take this much of time. But there are some idiots who just try to impose some deadline. Okay, this is your deadline. This is not how it works. And the purpose of this card system or this Kanban system is to improve the process by learning. So this is second thing we should note, that only we can learn something from this and we can improve the process. So the third important thing is that each column of the board represents a stage in your project or in your process. And the fourth and very important point from which you will learn everything is that each column must have an associated queue size. How many items you wish to put in the queue in that particular stage. Remember that inventory example in the beginning, that how many cars should a manufacturer prepare beforehand for the dealers to order later. So this is very important, that each stage of your project there must be a queue size. Now this queue size is a little bit confusing sometimes, because some projects do not have a queue size. Instead they have some other important parameters, and this we cannot discuss in this video, but maybe sometimes later. But anyway, in simple words, you can see that there must be a size associated with each column of your project stage or project or process stage. And now once we understand what are these Kanban boards and how we can use this to improve our process, it's time to create these boards using Trello. And I will jump on my computer and I will show you two examples of these boards. One is for a software development company or organization, and second is a Trello board for course creation process, which I normally use for creating my Udemy or Skillshare courses. And now let me show you on the computer. So let's start from the basic Kanban board, which we have already discussed. You can divide any projects broadly in these three stages, and then you put cards in any of these stage. So these cards will represent your tasks. So this is the basic concept, and now we will see some detailed examples. Now this is another example from software development. In this case we have added two more columns or two more stages to our project. One is the backlog stage and one is the testing stage. Every software needs to be tested. So the idea is that we test the software in this stage, and if the software is not passing our test, we put it back to the backlog area, and if it passes the test, we put it into done area. Now the problem here is that having a backlog stage at the beginning of a project could be counterproductive for the team members, because when they see a lot of tasks hanging around in the backlog section, they might feel frustrated. So therefore, in order to improve this board, this Kanban board, what we can do is we can move this backlog from this position to a position between testing and done. Now this is an improved version of our previous Kanban board. So here we have backlog after testing. So it means that even a software fails the test, it still moves to the next stage of the project, which is backlog. Then the team will rework on this software and send it back to the testing department. And assuming that this time it passes the test, it will move straight to the done area. So this little improvement from taking the backlog stage from the beginning to this point can have a very positive effect on the team members and the productivity of the project. Now this is an example for online course creation. This is the process which I use for the creation of my online courses. This might not be 100% exact, but it's very close to my process. So the first step for a course creation is I search a topic, whether this topic has a demand for a course. So for this I use few tools. So let's say 1, 2, 3, these are the tools. So these are my tasks I do at this stage. Then I write the script for short videos, and for longer videos I write only the main points. This is my second stage. Then for some lectures which I have to record in my fourth stage, I want some graphics or animations. So I prepare these in the third stage of the project. Then I record the lectures, then I edit the videos, and then I close caption my videos because some of the students are from non-English speaking background. And finally, I release my course on various marketplaces for online courses. So this is a process of my online course creation. And now in this process, one important thing is the queue size, and this is what we are going to discuss in the next slide. Now queue size can be defined in various ways. For example, you can define queue size as the number of cards you wish to have at any particular stage. But the way I define this queue size is the number of topics about which I have cards in this area. So let me explain. So queue size 3 means that when I am searching for a topic, I am not searching for only a single topic because I have to use few tools. So when I am inside the tool, I would like to search for more than one topics, because sometimes I don't like that topic later on. Sometimes I change it for some other reasons. So therefore I search for 3 topics. Then when I am writing a script or the main point for videos, still I am not focusing on one topic. I can write script for one video from first topic and second video from the other topic. But when I am creating graphics for my lectures or animations, then I am focusing on only one topic. So I define queue size in this way, that in this column or in this stage of my project, I will have cards only about single topic. There could be more than one cards, but only for single topic. But you can define queue size equal 1 means that only one card in this area. So this is up to you. And this is not necessarily 1, you can have 5 cards in this area. When I am recording the video lectures, again I am flexible that whether I want all videos of from first topic, first is normally the top priority, or any other topic. So I can record videos from any topic, it's not a problem if the graphics are either ready or I don't need graphics to record that video. So then I can record video from any topic. Then when editing, again I am focusing on single topic because I want to finish my course as soon as possible. So finish first course, then second, and then third. When I am closed captioning, again I have queue size 3 because this is a quite boring task, and if I transcribed all my videos from a single topic, chances are that I will get bored quite quickly. So therefore I want to be flexible here and can select one video from one topic and the other from the other topic. Finally, when I release my courses to marketplaces, now again I focus on one at a time. I want to release my course to the first marketplace, then the second, and then the third, and so on. So this queue size will also become very important when you, for example, outsourcing something. Let's say you are outsourcing this graphics and animations, and you don't want to mix the things. So this is how you can think, and after your experience you will improve your process. And now finally we are going to see how we can practically create this whole project thing by using Trello software. Now this is the home screen of my Trello account. You have to create an account with Trello. It is free, and these are my Trello boards. And in order to create a board, you click on this plus sign and then create board. You will see this screen. On this screen you have few options. The first is to add the board title. So let's say it's a Kanban board. Then if you click on these three dots, you can select any background color of the board, or you can select a photograph. So let's assume I select this color. Then you can assign team to this board. For example, I have this graphics design team in which there are 2 or 3 members. So if I click on this, then every team member will be assigned to this board. You can keep this board as private or public. By default it's private, and which is the better option. Public means that anyone with the link will be able to access the board, and we don't want that. So therefore it's private. And now I just click on create board, and now this board has been created. And as I explained earlier, that our board, our Kanban board, has columns. So in Trello we call one column as one list. So one list will be one column. So for example, my first column is to do. So I am talking about a basic Kanban board which we discussed. So I click add list, and now this is my list to do. This is my first stage of the project. And let's say the second column of my project is doing or in progress, add list. The third is done, and I don't want any further, so I click on this cross. Now this is the first stage of the project. So let's say I add a task to this. So task is a card. A card can have more than one task, but a single task can be written on a single card. So a card. So I click on add a card and give it a name. Let's say topic search, add card. Now this is my first task, and let's say transcript is my second task. I add a card, and now the third card is graphics, add a card, and I don't want any more, so just cross it. Now if I click on this card, I can add the description to this, activities. I can write a comment for the team members. I can see the members of this card. Let's say in the beginning I want all my cards to have a yellow label. So I can click on this, and yellow label will be assigned to this card. Let's click again, and now for this topic search I use 3 tools. So I can add a checklist here, and I can name this checklist as use 3 tools. So this is instructions to myself or instructions to someone else. I add this checklist, and now I can add the item. So the first tool I use is Google Trends, add. The second tool I use is BuzzSumo, so I can click add. And the third, let's say Udemy opportunity tool, and I click add. So these are the 3 tools. Now this task is complete. Let's say I want to start this task. So from to do I will drag this to doing area here, and now I click on this, and let's say I have done this first part of this. I click here, and now I want to change the label to, let's say, blue, so that I have done something on this. And if you want to remove the initial label, you can click on this, and the color will change. Now this is how you move the card from first stage of the project to the second stage of the project. And it also shows me that I have done one of the 3 components of this task. You can also put a due date to any task. So let's say I know how much time it takes me to make the graphics. So I can click on this due date, and then I can assign, let's say, 5th of December, and then save, close it. Now I can see the due date for this task. So this is how you can create Kanban board using Trello software. You can create your tasks, lists, which are the stages of your project, and so on. So Trello is a very useful project management software. I have many videos on my channel. If you are interested, you can search on my channel and watch those videos. So I hope you like this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.